Halloween is approaching, so why wouldn't I showcase something that's festive, creative, and homemade? Patricia from Undead Thread is here to help spread holiday cheer, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I am.
And with holiday cheer, we have these wonderful zombies. They're so cute. So you put quite a lovable spin on the undead as dolls.
Yeah.
What inspired such a thing?
Well, I was in my second year of grad school, and I started learning a lot about self-care since I was majoring in social work. It's a very tough field, so I took on a hobby just to help me out. And plus, I've always been into zombie films and horror, so I decided to incorporate my love for zombies into my hobby.
That's fun, and it's always good to step away from the everyday hustle and bustle and the stress. To put aside some time for yourself to do things that you love, and then people start loving it as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So how long have you been making dolls?
It's been about a couple years. So I started in 2013.
Okay.
Yeah, so now it's been a good
2013, okay. So take us back a little bit, and can you describe what your first doll looked like?
Yeah, you're actually holding her.
Oh, I am?
Yeah. Yeah, so this was my experiment. You know, I picked up a needle and thread and decided to do some stitch work. You know, I see a few things where I'm like, okay, I see where I've learned along the way and evolved, but yeah, she's like my little practice doll.
So you said you did some stitch work, so none of it was with a sewing machine?
No, not at all.
Wow, this is really good for a first time. All handmade.
Yeah.
Not just homemade, but handmade.
Handmade, 100%. Like, all my dolls, actually. I've never touched a sewing machine. I don't know how to use one.
Interesting. How neat.
Yeah, so they're all handmade.
So I do see that we have some iconic classic musicians here as zombie dolls.
We do.
What inspired you to start making celebrity zombie dolls?
Well, it was actually a friend of mine who approached me and requested a Morrissey doll.
Morrissey? Okay.
So yeah, that kind of made me roll up my sleeves, do some research, and just try to replicate it. Like the same shirt, the same pomp, same hairstyle, expression, everything. So
wow.
Just kind of took off from there.
And I do see that there are some that aren't celebrities. Can you give us a little bit of background on these?
Yeah, these are a couple friends of mine that I know in real life. Yeah, they requested a custom version of themselves as zombies. So this is Tim and Wendy. Yeah, and if you know them, she actually has red highlights in front of her hair, so I tried putting some red yarn, and you know, they're very goth, hot topic-ish.
Yeah. And Tim has tattoos too?
Tim has tattoos, so he actually, I took pictures of his tattoos. I asked him, and like, so I just hand drew the tattoos on his arm.
This is incredible.
Yeah.
So if the folks at home wanted to get an Undead Thread doll that was custom made to look like them, how would they go about in doing so?
Well, they would have to message me directly via email at undeadthread@yahoo.com.
Okay.
Or what's growing a lot more now is through Instagram,
social media,
direct messaging. Yeah, so just take a photo of yourself, of someone that you want to give a gift to. You know, let me see, you know, what exactly you want them to be wearing, and I'll do my very best to replicate that.
Fun.
So, yeah.
So if someone, I noticed that you have curly hair, just as I do, so you're part of the curly club.
Yeah.
And if someone at home wanted to request a gift for me and maybe make a doll for me, have you ever made a doll with curly hair?
You know what, I haven't. I know, but actually, I think Jimi Hendrix, he might count, because I actually found some yarn that's a little wavy.
Yeah, I see a little bit of a texture going on.
Yeah, so he's rocking the fro, but I am still waiting on a curly hair request, so we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
And I do have to ask, do any of the requests come in to where the dolls wear shoes? Because you know I love shoes.
Yeah, you know what? I kind of play it by ear, but I generally keep away from shoes. Just because I figure, you know, if there's like a zombie apocalyptic event, like zombies like actually someone asked me the same question and I responded with an Instagram post with the hashtag Ain't No Zombie Got Time.
Ain't no zombie got time.
They got no time. Yeah. So
That is
yeah.
true. Ah, she's being a zombie
zombies.
herself.
Yep, just falling over.
Oh.
See, so why do they have time for shoes?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Janice, and we have Jimmy, and of course Tupac, that West Coast love here. And then, who is this here?
That is a Day of the Dead doll. I call her La Llorona.
La Llorona.
So I have a
Okay.
few of those. Those are more improv. I like to just make them by whatever I come up with. So yeah, those got pretty popular too.
Yeah, and that's really great because Dia de los Muertos is around the corner. And what is also around the corner is Halloween.
Oh yeah.
Would you ever consider dressing up as one of your Undead Thread dolls?
I did actually.
Really?
Yeah, I did last year. I did the same, kind of like something like this where I got a ribbon, I put it around my dress. I kind of did like a Dia de los Muertos kind, so I was like half Stitch doll, half Dia de los Muertos, and I don't know, every year I always do like a zombie theme. And I think this year maybe I'll be a zombie bunny.
Zombie bunny, which we have here.
Yes.
Right, and people can get these zombie bunnies as keychains.
Yeah, those I have on Etsy. So you can
On
check out my
Etsy.
shop.
So you can get these on Etsy,
Yeah.
or if you want, you can be a zombie dead thread for Halloween.
You could.
But if you did want to get a zombie dead thread doll customized to look like you can reach out to Patricia on
at Undead Thread on Instagram, direct message, or email undeadthread@yahoo.com.
There we go, guys.
Yeah, thanks.